Welcome to Prattle Potion, a podcast where two best friends talk about the world of gaming. We're Hilda.
And Leia. Got your potion ready?
You know it. Let's start prattling.
How you doing?
Oh, hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
Good.
Oh,
Nice.
actually, I have a cold, but we can talk about that.
Oh, so it's good, but cold.
Yeah, exactly.
But
But it's
Yeah,
it's
okay.
really good because this is the first episode we're back. Like proper episode. I mean, we did the
Official
catch up.
episode.
Exactly. We did the catch up, and if you haven't listened to that, you can go back and do that wherever you're listening
You
to
should.
this. You should.
You should, yeah.
But we're gonna hop into like true Prattle Potion.
Aura.
Yeah, true
Fizz.
Prattle Potion
Vibe.
aura. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
True aura, true vibe.
So, how you doing, Beach?
I am doing good.
Good.
I am right now. Almost anything on my mind is dumplings at the moment.
Oh, I
because
love that.
I'm making dumplings after this.
I love
so
that.
So everything I see dumplings.
Oh,
everywhere.
that
Like, look at these, like
they
light
do
up
look a little
dumplings.
dumplingy though.
Right, they
Yeah.
do.
Mhm,
So
yeah.
if you're listening on Spotify right now, I am pointing at my little fairy lights that I
Yeah.
have on my side here, so you can see that if you go over to our YouTube.
Yes.
Because again, if you missed it, we're now visual.
Yes, you
can see
should listen to the
us.
catch up if you haven't, because we have
Yes.
been catching you guys up on some new things, like where we've been, and some new things of what's going to be happening with the podcast, like us being on Fan House now, and what perks comes along with that, as well as we're visual now. You can watch the podcast, you can watch us
We're
talk
real.
and stuff.
We're real.
So it's
We
a vibe.
exist.
Yes. And still, like I mentioned in the catch up as well, we are still experimenting, learning, trying to get this sorted. So if it's sometimes a little bit odd, something happens, shit happens, and we'll try and fix that for next time. But we're learning as we go. So
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
we might just add a few new things or
Yeah.
change a few small things
Exactly.
to fit better once we try things out.
exactly.
But we're just very excited.
Yes, we are.
Very excited. And we're also very excited because this episode we have done a few new things.
Yes, we
actually.
have. Speaking of
So
new
we
things.
we have a new intro that you
Yeah.
heard in the beginning that you're gonna hear on every episode pretty much, but different ways of how we say it. It's gonna be like every other me and every other you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And also in this new episode
Yes.
we have a new jingle.
Yes, Beach.
have a new
It's so
jingle.
nice. I love it.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
Before
and gamey.
we found some like royalty free thing online, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we used before.
Yeah, but this is
but-
full on Prattle Potion tailored.
Yes, we
Yeah.
made this. Me and my brother Hjalmar
Yeah.
made this because we wanted to and because we needed our own jingle at this point. We
Yeah.
felt like we didn't want to use something copyright free and that's everywhere pretty much.
Yeah,
So we tailored this for this podcast.
we have our
only.
whole own jingle, and I love it.
And I know I said that like me and Hjalmar did it, but like 70 or 80% is just Hjalmar.
Classic. Love your brother.
He's really good at making music. He's working like he does pretty much everything music-wise you can imagine. He can do that. And I'm just going to shout him out real quick because he did help us a lot with the
Yes.
jingle. So you can check his band out on Spotify, which is Diligent.
Yes.
It's metal and gent music. So if that's your cup of tea, please go check them out. They deserve it. They're also on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. So go
And
give them
wherever
some
you are
love.
listening to this, we will link it in the description below, of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Definitely.
So thank you, Hjalmar, and shout out to
Thank you,
Diligent.
Hjalmar.
Yes. But yeah, it's supposed to be like the vibe of opening the door to a potion shop and having that like arcadey, gamey vibe. I really like it. It's
so
good.
good.
It's
Oh,
good.
we had so much fun making it too because it was just in the beginning we didn't really have like an idea for what we wanted.
Yeah.
Like in kind of melody or stuff. We were really going from nothing.
Yeah.
Almost. The only thing we knew that you and I wanted, like something arcadey, bubbly potion shop.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Gamey-ish.
Yes.
And that's kind of fuzzy.
Of course.
In a way.
Of course. That's why I don't do shit like that. I don't know how to. You were like, do you have like an inspiration or anything? I'm like, no. You guys are the music peeps. I trust you. But like a bubbly arcadey vibe. That's kind of nice.
Just bubbles.
Whatever sounds nice.
Put bubbles in there, I guess.
But you guys did a really good job, and I bet it was kind of fun having like a brother sister little mini project while he's home.
Oh yeah. It was definitely, because my brother, he usually works abroad in Spain.
Yeah.
Right now, at least in Spain, with like what you call it, like hotel shows and stuff like that, as a music guy, sound guy. Yeah. And so he's just home for 2 weeks. So we were just kind of like, we need to do something fun together now that you're home. So it was really nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yeah. But me.
You?
Yeah, just catching up with me.
Yeah, how are you doing?
We kind of sidetracked, but yeah. Oh shit, I'm doing okay. I have a cold, which is really annoying. Yeah. So I'm just gonna. I apologize if I sound really nasal or anything like that. Hopefully,
how dare you?
How dare I? But
for
hopefully you'll not have to like it. It's not too annoying. But yeah, so I have a cold, which is really annoying. But today is also the first day when I'm away from my baby for like several hours. Oh yeah. I went out for a few drinks and stuff like a few weeks ago with some friends, but I'm home alone for the first time. My husband and Pixel, they went to my in-laws, and they're gonna be there for like the whole day, kind of. And it's weird. It's empty.
That must be so weird.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine, but it must be very weird.
It is.
Especially being home alone, alone.
Oh,
you only have the cats.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't do much.
They're just there.
They're just
somewhere.
Here. Yeah, sometimes anyway. They're really having they're being annoying.
Sometimes they're showing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they're there. They're really there.
Oh, yes. They are a presence.
But how does that feel, being home? Like, yeah, it's weird, but...
I cried when they left. I mean, yeah, it's...
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, leaving my baby, I cried the other time I went, like, a few weeks ago, too. It's hard not to. But then I'm like, what in the world? What, I can just go around, do stuff? That's crazy. Like, I don't have to keep like an ear open for like a baby or anything. That's weird.
Just for the cats.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Barely.
Barely.
But yeah, so it's a vibe. It's interesting. It's well needed. I need to catch up on some Leia time, including wrecking some Prattle Potion. So, it's nice, but it's weird. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine. That's weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
So, what's your Prattle Potion for today, babe?
My Prattle Potion will make you proud. Oh. It will make you so happy.
Oh, she.
It's water.
Look at you.
Look at me progressing in life.
If you guys have listened to the podcast before, Hilda does not drink water. Like, I drink water. Like, that's the only thing I'm good at, taking care of my body. I can drink water like a mofo. But you're like, as long as it's liquid, it counts, right? Is wine water? You're like, Jesus.
My body turns wine into water.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
No, but so I'm proud of you. Look at you, Beach.
Yeah, I usually like have coffee, or I was in a really like monster like energy drink.
Oh yeah, you had a
vibe.
It's funny, I was listening back to a few old episodes, and I remember you having such a like an episode where you were so into Monster Ultra, the white one.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of like your thing from the beginning. But in one of the early episodes, I was like, yeah, I'm drinking a Monster Ultra. You're like, what's that? And I'm like, it's this thing. And you're like, I've never tried that before. And after it became like your signature thing, and I thought I was like, I like your thing at first. But you got that from me. I had no idea.
I do not remember this.
Isn't that crazy?
What?
Isn't that crazy?
Because I do remember that I think it was you and Simon that were like recommending the ginger
Oh
ale
yeah, the Moscow
tasty
or
one.
the Monster Mule, right?
Monster Mule, yeah,
It's
exactly.
so good.
That is also very good.
So good.
Maybe you're like my monster muse.
Monster Muse? Oh, okay, yeah, now I gotcha. I thought you were doing like a Monster Mule more thing.
No.
But like,
No.
But that
No.
like monster, your muse for monster. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I gotcha.
Okay.
I was
Now
like,
we're
what?
here. Yeah, we arrived. Okay. So what is your Prattle Potion today?
My Prattle Potion is actually iced coffee.
Iced coffee?
Yes. I mean, it's November. Who
You're
the fuck drinks
living
iced
life.
coffee in November in Sweden? But here we are.
You are, apparently.
Apparently. But we
Apparently.
went to the store the other day, and they're usually on sale when you go to Coop. Or like...
Wait, so you buy, like, done?
Yeah, you know, the one that you buy. The one in the pink and the blue packaging.
Oh, those!
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about
Why are you judging me? You buy the exact same iced
No,
coffee. Are you kidding?
Kenny does. I don't drink them.
No, I don't drink them.
I
I'm
don't
too
drink them.
good
I'm
for
sorry.
that.
I don't drink those. Kenny does, though.
Kenny does.
He's the worst.
Yeah. But
He's
yeah,
the
so I
worst.
bought that. I haven't had that since summer, I think. Because iced coffee, I drink that during the summer, not really now. But I was in the mood, and I was like, hey, perfect Prattle Potion. I haven't really finished my regular coffee today. Let's go for some iced coffee, because it's a vibe. So I have my little Starbucks cup. It's not from Starbucks, but I used to work at Starbucks. So I have a few of these reusable Starbucks cups.
Nice.
And I'm just having a little bit of iced coffee.
Sweet.
So it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Sweet. That's a vibe.
Yeah, but
That is a
so
vibe. Yeah.
we caught up a little bit. We got our Prattle Potions ready. If you're listening or
Yes.
watching, do you have a Prattle Potion ready? Because we would
should.
love to know that wherever you're listening, down in the description. No, in the comments. Or if you're like
Change
listening,
our description.
if you're listening on like Spotify or anything, let us know on Instagram or Twitter what you're drinking while listening to the episode, or in the Discord.
Yes.
Wherever you can, just write it somewhere.
Wherever, whenever.
Wherever.
Wherever.
But should we hop into the episode, babe?
Let's hop right in.
Let's hop in.
It's my week.
Yes.
It's my week. And I was thinking, like, when we were talking about, like, in the catch-up episode, and when we talk overall, the games
When we
we're
just
playing,
talk to each other.
When we
As we
just
do.
talk, we usually talk about certain games that are taking up our entire life at that point.
Yeah.
Like, right now, Disney Dreamlight Valley is one of those games, right? And it kind of made me
That's
think,
an understatement.
That's an understatement, but let's just grace the surface here. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, like, what are the games that I've been playing lately?
Yeah.
Like, what are we playing right now? And when I was looking through, like, my Steam library, because most of the games, like, all of the games I play is pretty much on Steam at the moment.
Oh, you don't do Switch much?
I mean, yeah, but... Oh, yeah,
It doesn't
that's true.
count.
But that's, like, that Disney Dreamlight Valley is also on Steam.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So, but so I was looking through, and I noticed that all the games I'm playing right now, almost all of them are early access games.
Yeah. I was thinking about this when you said you were like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about early access. You weren't really specific, but you know, sometimes we just brief each other on topics so we don't like do the same
Just
topic.
warm. Yeah, exactly.
And I was thinking about that, like how common early access have become. Like when I was growing up, you weren't playing early access games. They were played when they came out. That was it, you know? And of course, things change because you do things online. You don't buy the CD anymore like we grew up doing. But it's so fascinating because I was thinking about this as well. Like, I've got some early access games. Like, it's so common now.
It's very common.
Yeah.
It's almost like the practice now.
Oh, yeah.
In
It's like the
gaming,
norm.
in development.
Like, you should release this early access so a lot of people can play it. And then you have the finished product. And I kind of like that.
I like it, but I also have seen quite a different kind of opinion on it. I feel like it's very like split on what people think.
I think
about
it's a hit or miss.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And I do also think that people treat the game quite differently, but also almost like it is a finished game. We're going to have a discussion about this, because I do feel like people treat it in the wrong kind of way.
Yeah.
They expect a little bit too much.
Yes.
From certain kind of games.
Which isn't that odd, though, because you're used to that thing where I'm playing a game, so it should be done.
Right.
It's the mentality.
But it is early access.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's very, like, fuzzy, kind of, in a way.
It's hard
of what
to adjust your
expect.
expectations, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But for anyone listening who does not know what early access is...
Yeah.
Early access is a sort of way that developers can give you access to games that they are currently developing, that is in development. So early access is kind of like a door into alpha and betas of games that has not fully released yet. So it probably kind of laggy. It might contain a lot of bugs. There might not be a lot
unfinished
of content
areas.
for you.
Yeah.
Unfinished areas and stuff like that. And they kind of open it up for you to try things out, so they can see bugs they have not noticed yet, or you can help give tips on what you would like to see in the game, like what you wish to see in the future of the game, and they can be like, oh, we didn't even think about that. That's a great idea.
A lot of early access games and developers, they actually usually have their Discord servers where they urge people to join the Discord so they can get direct feedback on, like, if you run into a bug, if you're like, hey, I'd love to see this, or this weird thing happened, is this supposed to be a thing, or whatever.
It's strange because, like you said, when we were small and we had to go to a physical store to buy a CD of, like, Sims or whatever game you were playing, there was, like, you never really could, like, call support.
No. It was like if you didn't could
understand
Google if there was an issue, or check the manual.
Yeah, check the manual. Manual was kind of like the thing.
I do miss manuals.
Manuals are
they
really
were
nice.
Fun. Yeah.
Like, you could stay and just read manuals.
Yes.
For a long time.
Or when you were sorry, this is a sidetrack, but when you were installing it, and you were, like, looking at the box and, like, reading the manual, you were hyping
so
up to be able to play the new expansion or whatever you were bought.
so excited.
It's the best. I love it.
It was the best.
I do miss that.
Yeah. So it's very strange that nowadays you can have, like, the game developers back then were so far away from us and really, like, almost alien in a kind of way.
You weren't tweeting them and being like, hey, is this bug a thing? Like,
you weren't writing them on Discord and be like, hi.
You were alone. You were alone.
You were alone
in the world.
Back in my day, we had to read the manual.
Exactly.
And that didn't even contain bugs.
Yeah. Like, my daughter growing up, and she's going to be playing games, and I'm like, well, back in my day, we had to read a manual when we installed the game.
Back in 2010.
A CD. Do you know what CD-ROM is? Child?
I've never seen a CD.
I mean, she probably won't.
I hope she will see a CD.
I do have, like, if you're watching on visual, I could just move aside a little bit. I am a bit of a CD, DVD lover, so I do have, like, a shit ton of movies here. Over there, I have every Sims 2 still on CD. Like, I love my CDs, though, because it's the nostalgia for me.
But it's almost like having a bookcase with books. You kind of, like having them there.
I don't have a use for them, because I don't have, like, a CD thing in my computer. But I like them.
That's also weird.
It is. Okay.
You have to buy a separate CD holder.
It's weird. It's weird.
Super, super weird.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. Anyways, early access, right?
Yeah.
It is weird that we are having this close connection to game developers now that we could not even imagine having back, like, 10 years ago. Or maybe even a little bit more than that.
No, but
maybe.
10 years, I think that's... 10 years ago? When we were in high school, I wouldn't be like, hey, let's play a game before it's done. Like, no, that was not a thing.
Yeah, no, not in the same way that it is now. No, not at all. Like, because one of the, I think, biggest games that most people would recognize like the biggest game that succeeded from early access. It's Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft was an early access game.
Yeah.
And they were in early access for 3 years.
Oh, shit.
But they also had gone quite a bit without having early access. So they were like quite far in it before they released. And then 3 years and then it released pretty much.
Wow.
So I remember because me and my brother got Minecraft when it was early access.
Oh, cool.
So I did it too because I liked it. Like that. So, but I didn't think back then like, oh, this is early access. This might contain bugs.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting a game.
Yeah.
I didn't understand back then. But that is like a succeeded early access.
Yeah.
Also PUBG, if you know what that is. Yeah, also an early access, but I know
PUBG just because Julian played it a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the only reason, honestly.
They were done with early access in less than 1 year.
Oh, cool!
They were really quick.
Know the game Kinseed that I played?
Yeah.
The pixel RPG game. It's a very unknown game, so if you listening haven't heard of it, I completely get it. Isn't it? But it's a cozy game. It's kind of like Stardew Valley, but with like Sims 4 legacy twists. So the point is kind of like you start out as this person taking over a farm and stuff, but you're gonna be running the farm through generations, and the NPCs having kids and stuff. Your kid's gonna marry them and stuff like that. So that's I love that concept. I got Kinseed. I've had a hard time getting into it because it is in early access and there are a lot of missing components. And I checked it out, and I think it's been in early access since 2018.
Yeah, you know, when we were in the car to your kid's name baptism thingy.
Name giving ceremony. Yeah, and it was not a baptism. I just want to clarify that.
No, it's not baptism.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say that, like, to listeners, my child is not baptized.
Yeah, okay. So when we sat in the car, I told you I was a little bit disappointed. Do you remember that? I was like, I was a little bit disappointed when we were talking about what I was going to talk about on the early access.
I don't remember this.
No, okay, but I did say that because I when I looked through all the games that I've been playing.
Yeah. Oh no, I remember, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're teasing me."
Yeah, you're like, "Oh my god,
yeah. Tell me
oh
my gosh, how dare you?" Yeah,
like, no, well, no.
Now I
I'm
remember.
disappointed, but no. I won't.
Yeah.
But that was kind of in that way that you're saying, like some games have been in early access for quite some time.
For too long.
For a little too long.
Yeah.
And also, can a girl get a break?
Can a girl get a break?
Can a game be in early access for too long? Do you think a game can be that?
100%.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not a developer or anything like that, so I'm talking from the perspective of a gamer, a consumer. So I'm not going to be like, well, they should do this faster, because I don't know the back-end stuff. But I'm talking as a consumer. If I think a game should be released into early access when there is a proper foundation to work off of, and when there are just a few missing components and the finishing touches. I don't think it's worth releasing a game into early access when there's basically no access to be had, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Like Kinseed, you can play it 100%. But I feel like there are a few things where I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? Where is this going? Like, I kind of don't understand. And then I kind of lost interest.
How many like updates have they added that contain content?
I'm gonna leave that unsaid because I don't know. But I mean, they have done quite a few updates, and I know they've done a few recently where I was like, oh, this is fun. I might pick this back up again. But I haven't played it for over a year because I'm just like, well, okay, a year for me is like, I basically haven't existed the last year, but over a year, I think. Yeah. I don't think I've played it since I was streaming. So that's more than a year and a half, almost 2. So that's kind of sad. Because I'm excited about the game and the concept, but I'm like, 2018, that's too long.
It is quite a long time.
Yeah.
And I also...
No hate to Kidseed, by the way.
No hate. No hate to any of these games.
No.
Or the developers.
No.
It's just we're kind of discussing our own opinions.
Yeah.
And
thoughts.
what we think.
And just reflection.
Thoughts about it.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot of thoughts when I was like looking into this. I was like, why is this? Why is that? Huh? I don't understand. Huh? But for example, Phasmophobia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you know me, you know I love my Phasmophobia. They release update after update. They are very like good at getting out content.
Yeah.
They're very active. They are still in early access. And
Wait.
for some reason, I had like blocked that out.
But I thought that... Really? Because
I thought they had released it.
Because with Phasmo, when I saw... Shout out to our friend Lady Yaya over on Twitch. But when I saw you playing with Yaya and I was watching you guys... Because you were playing with her while she was streaming.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any Phasmo content, and I was like, this is not the same game. Like, it looks completely different. I don't recognize anything. So I was like, they must have released it, and then just done the finishing touches.
Right. That's kind of almost what I thought, too. I didn't, like, pay attention when I went into their, like, the site where you have the game. Because they released, like, this huge update where they changed almost everything. They changed the lobby, they changed the truck, they changed, added, like, 10 new ghosts.
Yeah.
They added new maps, they changed how ghosts work, they changed everything. So that kind of just made me think that, just assume, I guess, that maybe it's
this
done.
is it,
maybe
we're done, you know?
Maybe it's out, and they're just, I mean, just because it's out of early access doesn't mean that a game can't stop giving out, like, content or updates or change things or add things in a way. But they are still in early access.
Interesting.
And they have been in early access since 2020. So it's been 2 years. Almost 3 years.
But that's the thing. Okay, so Kidseed, 4 years. Haven't been making crazy changes. I mean, I haven't been around since the start, but I've been around for 2 years now, and I don't think a lot has happened, but some stuff for sure. But Phasmo, like, a lot of shit keeps happening. Like, they change out maps, they add new ghosts, they do this, they do that. It's a whole new game whenever you fucking turn around.
Yeah.
And that's like, I'm good. You guys can stay in early access because you guys actually keep it up and do stuff and try to make the gamers love it, and they did a good move on that too. I'm sorry if I'm going off on this, but they did a good move because what a big game Phasmo is now, like streaming and stuff.
Jesus,
like,
they grow.
We have another streamer friend, Hawkis. Shout out to Hawkis.
Shout out Hawkis.
He does like everything Phasmo. That's like basically what he plays, what he's known for. Also, Insim, was that?
Insim
the guy you were watching? Yeah,
he does Phasmo. Player.
And this is like an early access, has its wonky sides. The wonky stuff is fun. Like, it's just shits and giggles, you know? So they did a good move, but I'm thinking about like Kidseed. Who the fuck knows what Kidseed's like?
What have they been doing?
Yeah, like I discovered it on Steam. Like, it was recommended to me, and I don't know anyone who's like, hey, have you played Kidseed? Like, I'm in like the cozy gaming community on Instagram. Nobody talks about Kidseed.
They're like, the fuck is that?
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do anything about Kidseed, and that sucks because I love the concept.
Yeah, I do feel like a lot of early access games have a great concept.
Yes.
They release these roadmaps and these plans. Yes. And it's like, it's glowing and glittering and it's all of your dreams.
Yeah.
And then 4 years passes and not a lot happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good thought, but will it happen?
Yeah, there's such a difference between thought and execution.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
But because I was like confused that Phasmo was still in early access, I realized that you can read on all games that are classified as early access on Steam. You can read like a little column that is like questions and answers for early access games.
Yeah.
So they almost all of them have like the same questions. Like, how long do you plan on being in early access, or why early access, or stuff like that. What can we expect from early access in this game? Kind of. And for Phasmo, for their answer for how long they were going to be in early access, they said, and I quote, "The current plan is to release the game in late 2022, early 2023. However, this may change depending on features added and how the game will progress through early access."
So they were very clear from the beginning. Yeah. So
they're on plan.
Yeah, I love that. And they were clear from the beginning. Like, this shit is going to take some time, and we love it. So people.
And I feel like if you release a game and you tell me it's going to take 10 years, but when 10 years arrive, it's going to be done, then I feel like, yes,
okay,
you
good.
have a plan.
Then I know.
Realistic.
Yeah. Because then you go in with that expectation too. Like, I'm going to know that this is going to be done at that time. Not like, we'll see, whatever, you know.
Because a few of the games that I do play on early access also have said that they will be out of early access in a year.
Yeah.
But it's been like 4 years.
Oh, shit. I don't like that.
No.
Like, I know that
I recommend you to go and check Kinseed. And see their little box and see what they are planning.
Yeah. I don't dare do that now because I don't want to fuck with my computer.
No. But I recommend it. Like, if everyone is listening and watching too.
Yeah.
If you have a game. Yeah, I might actually. Wait. I can check for a second.
Just KYN seed. And also, I can just talk about this while you're doing that. Again, like, no hate to Kinseed or any of the games that do this. It's just like, as the perspective of a consumer, I think it's kind of an odd move sometimes for them. Like, I don't know if Kinseed has been transparent. They're like, yeah, it's going to take like 5-10 years. I haven't checked that, so I'm going to leave that unsaid. Hilda's looking that up right now.
Yes.
But, like, if they're not transparent about it, I feel like maybe they lose a bit from doing stuff like that because they pique one's interest and then you have time to lose that interest, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm in their Steam library site, and they wrote this for approximately how long will this game be in early access. So I quote again. "We game developers are notoriously bad at predicting dates. It's as if someone snuck into all of our home and nicked our calendars. So although predicting the future is beyond our supernatural powers, we likely have at least 4 months or so of development left. Maybe longer depending on how many bathroom breaks we take." And it does not say when they wrote this, which is a red flag for me.
Yeah. Also, like, do they not write that in the beginning while releasing it? So if
they do.
Yes.
Like, that's how I have seen other games do it. Like, they have.
Is it you beeping or me beeping?
That was me beeping. Okay. That's my dishwasher saying, gotcha. I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
But so, yeah, if they wrote that while they opened for early access, I'm a little bit worried.
Yeah, so I do feel like they should have specified when that was.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of a weird way of predicting when the game was supposed to be done. And I do not know, since I'm not a developer or have a site in Steam of that kind of way, I don't know if you can edit. I do feel like you should be able to edit those columns.
Yeah.
But when did they edit? Was it 2 years ago? Or was it last night?
Who knows?
We'll never know. So Kinseed, we don't know. No. We don't know what's happening there.
It's a bit weird.
Bit weird. Also, another thing about early access is when often it costs. So it costs you money. You buy it, but you buy it to a cheaper price than it would be if it was a full and finished game. Yeah. Which is like a good deal. If you, like me, who is not having that much money to go around and buy full AAA games left and right, you can't do that almost all the time. So early access games that cost
a bit
$10
less. Yeah.
Or to $20, that's a steal. And then you also most likely will get the entire game in the end for free.
Yeah.
And you also get to follow the road of it. So that's also a very positive thing for
I mean, that's the way we can transition a little bit to talking about Dreamlight Valley.
Yes. I have it here too. And it's a strange feeling I have about this. Or not strange, I don't know. I just feel like because I looked up all the other like games that I have in early access right now first.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh yeah, Dreamlight Valley, of course, I need to add that to my list.
Yeah.
But so like Phasmophobia, and I have Valheim as well. It's also an early access game.
Right.
Going Medieval is another early access games that I'm playing. And all of them are produced and made by indie game developers.
Yeah.
Like a small team, most likely.
And that's usually the situation for early access.
Usually.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's most commonly the situation. Sure. Because early access is usually used as a way of crowdfunding your game. Like to give, like if I decided to start making a game, I can probably not make it happen for free in the end.
No.
I can get a certain way, like a certain distance with it, but then in the end I'd probably need to put down time, and I probably need money. So early access is a great way for that. People can test my game. Yeah. People pay to test my game, and I get money to continue and finish the game. So most of these are indie game developers. However, Disney Dreamlight Valley is
not
a quite big title.
Yeah.
Because it contains
Disney runs the fucking world, basically.
Yeah, Disney runs the world. So I looked up the game developers for Disney Dreamlight Valley, and they are called Gameloft. They're from Ukraine, which I also found was kind of a fun
Interesting.
fact.
At the time.
Ukraine. Yeah.
At this moment.
Right. And
the Gameloft.
Gameloft,
shit. Why do I recognize that?
You might recognize it from... I have not played any other game, I think, that they have made. Thing is, they make mobile games.
Oh.
And a ton of them.
Interesting.
So many mobile games. Like I looked through their website, and Disney Dreamlight Valley didn't even like show up first. Like I thought that would be like their top. Like this would be their front page. No, they had like a front page with like 30 different kinds of mobile games.
Huh.
And they've also made like I think 2 or 3 other kind of Disney mobile games for Disney.
Right.
So this is not their first Disney round. This is not their first thing with
Interesting.
Disney. Very interesting. So, and I kind of got like the way that the game looks and feels. I felt like it kind of makes sense. Mobile. It makes sense. I can see how they are doing this stuff. I also saw that they are planning on adding the game to Mac.
Oh.
Which I thought was a nice touch.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they're going to add it to they wrote, we're going to add it to the Mac App Store. So that's how I think they're going to add it to Mac and not iOS. Like Mac.
Yeah. Ooh. Interesting. Does that mean that you're going to be able to play it on iPad and stuff?
That was my plan too. Since I saw how many mobile games these developers do, I was like, maybe they're gonna move it to iOS and Android.
Interesting.
Maybe it's gonna be a mobile game. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? It might work.
Yeah, but I mean,
I could see how that work. Yeah, I could see how that would work. Like mobile games nowadays, there's of course like a roof on what you can do, but that roof gets pushed a lot.
Oh, it does. And I mean, Stardew Valley you can play on mobile.
Wait, can you?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
It's awesome, right?
I need to get it.
You can buy it on App Store and just play it on your like phone and iPad.
Wow, I had no idea about
awesome,
that.
Right?
What?
But and again, like Genshin Impact, it's is it an MMORPG? Does it count as an MMORPG?
I don't think it counts as an MMO because you don't not play with other players.
But you can. Can you not? After a certain level? Am I crazy? I'm gonna leave that.
I've only played it to a certain extent.
Yeah,
we're gonna put that in the air. And
Genshin Impact is an RPG.
I mean, it's online.
Kind of.
It is online, but yeah.
But it's
almost like Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's like open worldly, like fighting, whatever. And you can play that on PC and stuff, but you can also download it and play it on your iPad. So why not Disney? You know.
I do feel like they are, at least, tasting the edge of iOS.
I'd like Android. That. That's interesting.
Yeah, I like that too, but especially since it's cross-platform.
Yes.
So the save that you have on your computer, on your PC, you can have the same save on your Switch, which I have.
That.
So I can, like, when I bring my Switch, I can play Disney Dreamlight Valley on the same save that I have at home, which I love.
Yeah, I'm considering getting it for the Switch as well, because it would be nice. I mean, I don't leave home much, so I don't have, like, the biggest
But when
need.
you do...
Yeah, but when I do, oh,
or
man.
when you want to sit on the couch instead of your chair.
Exactly. Or if I want to curl up in bed or whatever, like, fuck it, you know?
You can be like, oh, my back is really hurting. I don't want to sit in front of my computer to play Disney Dreamlight Valley anymore.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm going to just pick up my Switch and go to bed.
The issues we have these days. Oh, my.
Issues.
My, oh, my.
We are privileged.
Truly.
But anyway, so Disney Dreamlight Valley is in early access. Yeah. And they made early access quite interesting because they are quite a big developers.
Yeah.
And it's a big title. Like, it's Disney. Like,
yeah. Again, Disney runs the world, basically.
Yeah. I did not feel like Disney would necessarily need early access in a way. In the way that we feel like early access is implemented at the moment. Like with indie developers needing crowdfunding and stuff like that. That's not what they're doing it for. I'd presume, I don't know, but I presume that's not what they're doing it for. I presume it's simply to build hype and advertise. It's the way that they wanted to do it. And because I was reading on their website, and this is what they kind of had to say about when it's going to be released and what they're planning for around that kind of thing is. So I quote, Disney Dreamlight Valley is set to launch in 2023 as a free-to-play title. Players can be the first to play in an early access available today exclusively for players who purchase a Founders Pack edition or have an Xbox Game Pass subscription. During the early access phase, players will be the first to explore Dreamlight Valley and receive exclusive rewards that they will keep once the game officially launches next year. So
yeah, because we were talking about this as a very interesting move, how it will be free to play when it is released, but the early access you purchase
costs money.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's not only that it's like one kind of cost money. They have 3 different ways you can buy the early access. So you can buy it for €29.99 first, which is you get the early
basic package.
You get like a shirt, maybe too.
No, but you did get a free. You got a furniture set.
Yeah. Maybe you did. Yeah. And then you can buy it for €30.99 and you get a little more items and clothing. And then for €48.99 you get even more. Yeah,
you get like
so they have 3 different ways of giving out this early access, which is also quite a interesting move, since it will be for free in 2023. In like a year. I think it's going to be in a year.
We were talking about this like a few days ago or a week ago or whenever it was. Yeah. We were talking about like we were wondering why they decided to do this, because we haven't really heard anybody do this before. No. And a theory we had was that maybe it's kind of like a because you can open doors and get characters and stuff.
Yeah. And you collect, like in villagers, like for Animal Crossing, you collect Disney characters from different kind of Disney movies. Yeah.
And the theory we had were, it was like, well, maybe these characters, a few of them, are supposed to cost extra, like a DLC or something for the free release. And we are kind of buying those DLCs-ish in advance because we're trying out how it works while adding these characters to your realm.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the theory we had anyway.
Yeah, because it's most likely that they will add kind of like in Sims where you have stuff packs. You're gonna get you gotta get to buy the Frozen stuff pack where you get the Frozen characters, or the Lion King stuff pack where you get the Lion King characters and stuff like that. And right now they are kind of adding characters a little bit here and there. Yeah. And we get quite exclusive characters. I feel like they're exclusive at least. Yeah. I'm not going to give too much away if you haven't played it, but you get kind of like, you get characters that are famous, like the popular Disney characters we are getting now.
I mean, I can at least say this, because if you check Dreamlight's Instagram or just open it in Steam, you'll see what character this is. Yeah. But, I mean, the Halloween update, you got Scar from The Lion King. Yeah. And, I mean, that's like, they add characters. It goes along, like, they add some of this, they add some of that. Yeah. And they'll keep doing that until release, I believe. So, you know. Maybe we get some characters, like you said, maybe the Frozen characters won't be available for free to play from the beginning, because that would be like a Frozen DLC or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So in the beginning, I was like, if this that we are getting in early access is what everyone who will get the game for free gets, this is huge. This is huge. They're giving so much away for free. But when we started talking about it, I was like, yeah, no, I don't think they're gonna give this away for free.
But still,
maybe not.
No. Okay, I'm sorry, no, but even though you're not getting a shit ton of characters from the castle to add, there's still a shit ton to do.
Oh yeah, for free. You still get.
So don't undersell it, because there's a shit ton to do.
You still have a lot to do, and there's a lot of achievements. Yeah, and there's a lot of collectibles that you need to do. We don't need to, but you have the chance to do.
You can.
You can do them.
Yeah.
And also you get to like rearrange the entire town and you just do your thing with that.
It's just a really fun time.
It's just a great game.
We're
sold. If you can't tell, we are playing it a lot.
Yeah, I love
We've been playing it a lot.
Yeah, I've had it for like 2 weeks and I think it logged 40 hours.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And I have a baby.
I need to see how many hours I have on. Yeah, you have a baby too.
I'm like,
the baby is like, Mom.
Yeah, I'm like,
just Disney. Gonna grow up hating Disney because you play this game so much. Well, yeah. So Disney Dreamlight Valley and their early access ways of doing it, very different from what we're used to. Kind of a worthy mention in this episode, I felt like.
100%.
Because it is special in a way.
Yeah.
Because I also looked up a game that I'm not playing it, but you are playing it, which is Coral Island.
Yes, Beach.
And Coral Island is also in early access.
Oh, yes.
And I've heard so much good about this game.
Yeah. So what they did was they went on Kickstarter. And they were like, hey.
Kickstarter first?
Yes. So they were like, hey, we're thinking about doing this game. Y'all interested? And people were like, hell yeah, Beach. And I think they exceeded their goal in like fucking 24 hours or something. It was like crazy.
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, that was
people
crazy.
Like,
people were so excited.
Give us.
And so one of their like stuff, they had like founder packs, stuff like that, on Kickstarter. And it was like, yeah, you can do like beta, alpha stuff. And that has been like a thing for like at least 6 months, I think, where people have been like, yeah, I play Coral Island, but you can't see anything, it's secret. And then I think a few streamers have been allowed to maybe show a little bit, but I'm not too much.
No, I haven't seen a lot.
No.
When it comes to at least the streaming world.
But
there hasn't been a lot of it.
So I'm going to leave that unsaid. But then like a month ago, I think it was the beginning of October. Yeah. They released it to early access. And that was like, you didn't have to have like a Kickstarter founder pack thing. You could buy it on Steam.
They opened it up to the public.
Yeah, I bought it right away. I was so fucking excited. And it is so good. If you are a farming sim lover, Stardew Valley, all that jazz, get it. Buy it.
Just go get it.
Do it. It's so good. Go. It's so pretty. It's a vibe.
Tell them we sent you.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, hey, Prattle Potion, shouted you guys out. They'll be like, who?
Who the fuck?
Who the fuck?
Anyways, yeah. I also thought it was kind of interesting. I didn't know they were from Indonesia.
Yeah.
The game developers.
Yes.
Which is Stairway Games also, by the way.
Yeah.
And yes, they were in October.
Beginning of October, yeah. I think it was like
11th.
Oh shit, I was gonna guess the 8th. I was close.
Oh, so close. But not quite right. But this is what they said about, in their little column again, what they said about how long they're going to be in early access on Steam, pretty much. So I quote, Coral Island will be in early access until we, the developers, and you, our early supporters, are happy with the amount of content and level of polish the game has to offer. Yeah. We expect this phase to take about 1 year, but it may take longer depending on player feedback. Yeah. End quote. Yeah. So I thought that was quite good. Yeah. Way of telling us, like, yeah, it's going to be around a year, but we're not going to set a date. Yeah. And but I don't know, I got like in a weird mindset when I was looking through all of these games and how I saw that some had promised a lot of things but had not delivered. Yeah. And so when I read this, I was like, I was pleasantly surprised, but I was also a little bit scared because I got a feeling, like a bad feeling in my stomach when they said that we're gonna be in early access until you guys feel happy with it. So I felt like, I don't like that.
I think you have to have that fear, because I am in the Discord server for them. Their Discord server where you can report bugs and stuff, and they are very like just active and listening and being very part of the community, and I think that's what they're talking about most. They're being like, hey, we want you guys to feel like, this is solid now, you know? Yeah. And not in a like, well, we'll continue and you guys will just, you know. Yeah. So
yeah, because when I started reading about like the game developers in the South, like Stairway Games, I saw that they were quite a large team, or not large, not a AAA kind of large, but they are quite a lot of people on it. So I felt a little bit more calmed on that. So I felt like, okay, they have a plan. They just don't want to make it too precise on dates, and I understand that. Yeah. Because that also, it's better. I feel like it's better that you say around a year than to say,
better than to make like false promises.
24th of December in 2025, it's gonna be done. I know it is. Yeah.
Better that than like an empty promise. For sure.
Yeah, but I also like that they are saying not like 2 months, maybe, I don't know. Or they're saying like around a year. Yeah.
Hopefully. No, I do like that. And honestly, like Coral Island, that's what I really like, because they're early access, just like Disney, for example. It's like done. The foundation is done. You can play a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of shit. You can just be like, oh, I can see that that's not done. Like one of the entrances in one of the mines. It's like, oh, I see that that's kind of like or like when you're down in the mine and there's just like a big pink circle and you're like, that's computer stuff, that's not game stuff, you know?
This is why it's early access.
Yeah, exactly. But otherwise it's just like, you could do whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah. I do feel like you kind of notice when you start up the game or look at the gameplay of an early access game if it's, I don't want to say if it's safe but I get it or not, but it's kind of what gives you like the stomach feeling of this will work out. Yeah. Because I don't remember like when I got like early access Minecraft, I don't remember how I was thinking and how it looked back then. Yeah. But they didn't. I don't know if they had that safe kind of start, but I do feel like they had kind of like like you said, they had the foundation done. Yeah. They knew where they were heading, and I do believe that they had roadmaps. Yeah. I love roadmaps.
Love a good roadmap.
Love a good roadmap that is also realistic. Yeah.
Because it helps. Like also with this, you're not just like, hey, when is this going to be done? You're like, okay, this is what's happening. You know that there's progress.
Yeah, and you know like, okay, in 2 months, they're going to start hopefully working on this part of the game if nothing else comes in the way. Yeah. So you kind of don't have to feel updated by them all the time. No, you have the roadmap to look at, pretty much. So another game that also has a great roadmap is Valheim.
Okay. Yeah.
Valheim is an early access game. Yeah. Made in Sweden by 4 people.
Love that.
From the start. And they have been in early access since 2021.
Yeah. That's acceptable. So it's not too...
Yeah, no. Right?
That's not
right.
Wild.
It's acceptable.
Right, so, right.
No, but Valheim, the community is getting impatient. And
but did they? You said they had a good roadmap. Why? What's the problem?
Thing is, they had a good roadmap.
Oh shit.
I think, if I remember it correctly, because I couldn't find it, they had this very way of setting very precise dates.
Ooh,
on
that's
things,
not good.
which they did not reach.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
And people got sad about that, which I also understand.
Yeah.
But this is where, like I said in the beginning, this is where the conversation starts of like what is acceptable for them to do and what to release while in early access. What can we expect?
Yeah. I mean, I must say just that I think basically the hit or miss with early access is all about the communication you have with your community.
Yeah.
Like, be honest, be straight from the beginning. Like, straight with us, not straight or queer.
Be straight.
Just be straight. And just be straight with us. Be clear. Like, don't promise shit that you can't keep. Be honest instead about this may take some time and stuff. And if realistic. It changes, be realistic, be honest, keep communication open. I think that's the gist of what is a like good early access plan.
Start.
Yes.
Yeah, the vibe of it. Because definitely. Because if it's like if you're not realistic, even if like right now it's going great, it's going well, everything is flying out the window, it's just it's going so well. But in next week maybe 3 people get sick. And everything gets pushed. And suddenly you have a date on Friday that you need to hit. Like that's not realistic to be like this now. People are not people. We need to work until we die. No, but so they had kind of a few of those instances. Which I think created a lot of insecurity in the community, and where people did not know if they could trust what they were saying or what they were promising on delivering. So nowadays, I don't think they have the same, or they don't have the same kind of date set.
That's good.
So they learned from
their mistake.
They did. They absolutely did.
That's good.
But it's also like they hired so many new people lately. Which is, I learned that when you hire a lot of new people, game development in a game that they hire people to don't necessarily go faster that first year.
Stalls a bit because you have to actually
learn,
introduce people to this.
Get back into
They need to get comfortable. You need to do all that stuff.
So they are in that kind of position right now, where they are releasing quite a lot of hot fixes and bug fixes and stuff like that. And they've always released, like every Christmas, they release like a Christmas update where they add a few like things you can add to the game and make it Christmassy. Like they do stuff like that right now. And people want the new zone called Mistlands. And of course I want it too. But like as soon as they post something on Twitter, people are like harassing them. It's not a good vibe. And I kind of want to delve into, like right before we end this episode, I want to delve into another game that have a quite similar, sadly, way of going about it.
Go for it.
Which is the horse game that I play and like so much, which is called Equestrian the Game.
Wait, is that early access?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
No, they're not early access. But they had a Patreon. I think they were on Patreon.
Okay.
Almost like a Kickstarter thing for those who don't know. Which they like were on for a long time. I felt I followed their development for maybe 4 years on Instagram. I think. And it was a very long time. And they... Sadly, I won't go into any too much. This almost needs an entire episode on itself.
I guess we're going to have like an ETG episode in the future, no?
We kind of have to. But they, like you said, like a big part of releasing a game overall, I think nowadays, especially if you're a small indie development or like a small game overall, you need communication and you need a lot of realistic mindsets, which, like Valheim, Equestrian Games set dates, pretty much. They said first, like, the game is going to release next year on, like, 1st of January or something. And that's not exactly what they said, but...
No, but I get it.
Ish. And they did not release the game. It got to, like, a lot of the updates that they did got delayed.
Yeah.
Almost always with like a week. Oh no, we're not done. We're gonna add a week. Next week. And it just became a snowball. And a lot of the community of Quest in the Game are not entirely gamers.
No.
And that is not wrong. Like, anyone can play a game.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be a gamer to understand everything. I don't mean it like that.
No.
But
it's a difference if you've
very much a
experienced
difference.
this before or not.
Yes, because I almost consider Quest in the Game an early access game. In the way they handle everything. Because they did not release a finished game. It's not finished. However, they don't say anywhere on like their website or anything that it's not finished, which I also feel is a bit fuzzy because it's not. It's not finished. So that's a bit weird.
That is weird.
That is weird. And people that play the game are usually equestrians. Like they work with horses or have a hobby of horses.
Yeah.
And some of them are, of course, gamers and play a lot of games and can kind of understand the way of how early access works.
Yeah, how this process usually looks.
Yeah, like I can't, like when I went into the game, I knew that I could not expect a finished game in 2 months. Yeah. Like I knew that would not happen. And I felt like when they delayed stuff, I was not really mad. I was like, yeah, delay it. I'd rather have you delay it than release a broken update. Yeah. Like delay it with 6 months. I'm fine.
Do it in the fuck.
Kind of. But a lot of people do not see it that way and we're very pushy and very impatient.
Yeah. But I think that's on them because they're not clear about their
So
their
it was
communication. Their communication is not clear.
Yeah. So it was very much of both of them being and growing, like just they did not work together very well. Yeah. And they did not do it very well. Right now they have actually closed down their Discord server. They did that a while back actually, and they are hardly communicating with the community
with
anymore.
The whole drama and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that in the future though.
We will at some point if I dare, but we probably will. But so early access.
Yeah.
It's a give and take. It's a plus and minus.
I think it's
good
a hit
and bad.
And miss.
Yeah.
And I think basically what our conclusion is that if you're a developer, our recommendation is keep a clear, open communication. Don't promise things that you can't keep. Try to stay honest. Be honest with us. And communicate. Like
communication is key.
Yeah, communication is key.
Always key.
It's always key.
Everything you do in this
100%.
Lifetime.
Yes.
Communication
100%.
is key.
Life
in relationships,
lesson,
in work,
yes.
in life, with yourself, with friends.
And in game development.
And in game development, apparently. We need it. We need the communication.
So I do think that's our conclusion for sure.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
So I hope you like that.
Yeah, good episode.
Good first episode.
Good, solid
good
first
open
episode.
talk.
Yeah, I mean, early access is a big thing now, and I think that's a good first episode. And we had some thoughts and hot takes, so I think that's fucking solid.
Fucking solid.
Oh, that's also something we should mention. Starting to round out this episode, our episodes are going to be a bit on the shorter side than they have been earlier. We've been doing 1 to 2 hours before, which is fun, but it's not we wanted to keep it a little bit more bite-sized for everybody to be able to enjoy. Not everybody can spend an hour or two listening to a podcast episode, so it's better if you can listen to 2 if you want to listen for that long or whatever. So we're going to keep it to 40 minutes to an hour approximately. Might be a little more, might be a little less, but that's kind of the approximate time we're going to go for in the future.
More so like now a snack.
Just a little
lunch, like a light lunch, actually. Yeah.
Actually, it's like perfect for like a lunch break, or whatever.
It is actually 45 minutes ish. Yeah.
Look at us.
Like it.
But fucking solid first episode, babe. Loved it.
Thank you. Thank you. I liked it too. It was really nice to dive into.
Yeah, I think so. And I think we've had a lot of things about this on our mind, so it's nice to delve into it a little bit.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we will see you guys next week again. Don't forget to check out our fan house. We're also on if you're on visual, you can see all the icons above. It's YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Fan House, where you can find us, Beach. Check out the description. You'll find our link tree, and all the links will be in the link tree.
And a little Discord as well.
Oh, yes. And the Discord, of course. That's also down in the description wherever you are. If you want to hang out.
Talk about early access with us.
Yes, Discord, please do. Let us know. And also, please let us know what you had as a Prattle Potion for the episode. While you were listening. We would love to know.
Yeah.
Yes. But we will see you guys next week again. And thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Take care. And see you next week.
Yes.
Bye-bye.